What's that on the screen?
There's one underappreciated detail in all the 2D Sonic games that no one really talks about. One small thing that really adds to the personality of these games. I'm talking about the dancing flowers. They're in all the classics as a first level staple, but then they become more rare throughout the series. We're going to take a look at all the ones I've found, plus a few from certain fan games. Enjoy! It all starts with this. Dancing flowers containing the ultimate power. Nice sunflower, just doing sunflower things, and these purple flowers get taller and shorter. Nothing too fancy here. Moving on. Now these are a little different. They're not giant or super tall or anything. They just kinda poke up and down. In Emerald Hill there are 4 kinds. You see these? There's a small spinning one. That other purple one looks like it's laughing. I think I like the spinning one the most though. The poking ones are alright. On to Sonic 3. Now for Sonic 3, we have these little vines. It's like they have different personalities. And then there's these. Also, it might be kind of cheating because these aren't flowers. They're vines. Kind of the same for this. I think that blue stuff might be fruit, or jewels or something. But that's one thing I love about these flowers, or plants in general. On to the next one. Now this one definitely might be cheating, because these are all mushrooms instead of flowers. But they're still dancing. I think these are kind of cute. Especially the orange ones. I just like orange better. And of course we have the giant ones that are just kind of bobbing left and right. I kind of wish they danced to the music, but it's alright. Now Sonic CD. These flowers come from badniks and sometimes they grow out of ground like this one. It's like the Sonic 1 flowers. A little smaller, but just kind of spinning. Now, different levels will have different flowers. I might miss a few, but that's just incentive for you to find out what they look like. I don't think different time periods have different flowers though. And they never get much fancier than these anyway. But yeah, go out there, see what you can find. On to Sonic Mania. Now, of course, we're back in Green Hill. It's the same flowers as the first one, except more frames of animation. A nice little upgrade. Not much else to say though, so moving on. These flowers are kind of like windmills. I'm going to show you something kind of cool. You see that? You run by them, and they spin faster. Nice little touches. And then there are these little red flowers. They do the same thing. Now, Sonic Advance 2 is the only Sonic Advance game to have the dancing flowers. As you can see here, these are the 2 variants, and even then, they're kind of rare in this level. But that's alright, at least they made it in. On to the next one. I think you knew this was coming. Sonic 4. When you run by these flowers, they kind of spin faster and move in the direction that you were moving. For all the things Sonic 4 gets wrong, it's a nice touch that these are here. Of course, there's only one kind of dancing flower here. It's actually kind of funny. Sonic 4 Episode 2 doesn't have these dancing flowers at all. Now, I did say Episode 2 doesn't have dancing flowers. These are just kind of blowing in the wind. But I guess they're kind of worth mentioning because when you run by them, they do kind of blow. You see that? It's pretty inconsistent, but it does happen. Still a step down from Episode 1 though. Now, Sonic Generations. It's Green Hill again, for the 3rd time. And you see the yellow flowers still have that very choppy animation, while the purple ones, they don't do the same thing as before, moving up twice and then down twice. They just kind of grow and shrink. Still nice to see them here. And some of them are in the foreground too, so that's cool. Look at these little guys. Look at this red dancing one. He's just having a blast. Of course, the music is nice and fun. And then there's this thing. I have no idea what it is, but I'm putting it in with the dancing flowers because it's dancing and it's on a stem. Even if it's not a flower, it's like some kind of fourth dimensional object, but it's still dancing with the music. Now, Sonic Legends is kind of a unique case because each level is taken from a different fan game. This would be Sunrise Gate from Sonic Overture, and the flowers, I love how they're animated. The bigger ones, that is. The smaller ones are doing a nice little dance, but the bigger ones, that's nice and smooth. Very fun looking. Speaking of Sonic Overture, here's the original, or remade original, it's a long story. But yeah, the flowers are doing the same thing, slightly different animation, and the little purple flowers are doing the same thing too. Not much to say here, it's just, they look nice. Worth being called dancing flowers. Shout out to Act 2 for having slightly different animation and I think metal flowers. Everything here is kind of metal, so it's a nice touch. This is a newer fan game called Sonic Requisite. These flowers are a little weird.
What's that on the screen?
But I really like the red one. Very unique. It gives me that feeling of, what is that? What's it doing? And that's a good dancing flower. The yellow one reminds me of Jello. It's kind of funny. I like these. Sonic Emerald Ties. Look at this little sunflower. He's really grooving. Like, he's moving his leaves like they're arms. I think that's really cute. You know, there are so many ways that you can make a flower move. And I really like seeing the creativity here. There are more, of course. Some honorable mentions will be shown on screen. But that's most of them. You know, I say, if you're making a fan game, you might as well have dancing flowers. Let me know what your favorite dancing flower is. Thanks for watching, and take care of yourselves.